Hey guys, it's Maris. Welcome back to Harpies in the Trees, where I review horror books with a supernatural focus. I hope you guys are doing well and you're taking care of yourselves and giving yourself some time to recoup and regenerate these days. The postman delivered my Abominable box yesterday. I was very excited. He seemed to even be excited about it with a jaunty bonjour. So I think this is going to be a good box. I think that was a good sign. So that is going to be so fun to do today. So I did my first reading vlog, if you guys caught that. If not, check it out. Let me know if this is something I should do on the regular. Like, is this something that you guys want to see before reviews come out for the books? That would be really cool. I liked it. It's a little out of my element, but I did have fun with it. And you guys can let me know, like, what I should be adding or what I could do better, or, you know, if there's something that you really want to see from me, just let me know. I will definitely try to add those things if I can. Do you like my horns? I'm very into these horns. I'm really loving them. I did a little bit of like dry brushing of some white paint on it to bring out the details, because I think the details are just like really cool. There's like little pentagrams and stuff. So I also got these contacts. They were described as yellow, but they're more like hazel. I was really hoping for something that was unnatural. I really prefer the unnatural contacts. I just think they're so much more, I don't know, there's more fun and interesting, and not trying to look natural with contacts. So I just really wanted like hawk yellow, you know? Yeah. So let's do a few message shoutouts. It's gonna be a little bit different today. I want to give a shout out to Elizabeth Sagewood. She has just hit 300 subscribers. So congratulations to her on that. And to Nakia's Hideaway. She just reached 3,000 subscribers. It's so awesome. And I just hope that they get more and more subs, because they definitely deserve it. So be sure to check out their channels if you don't know them. But yeah, congratulations. That's awesome. I'm ready. Are you ready? I'm definitely ready. It's really nicely packaged in here this time. I feel like the mail probably didn't rough it up as much, but this is what we see inside. So the first thing on top is the spoiler card, but we're going to wait on this. And let's just begin with the drinks and the beverages per usual. So we got our little striped bag. So we have our tea. These are some new ones, green tea and blackcurrant and blueberry. We have our hot cocoa. This is a Cadbury one. And we have a Nescafe cappuccino and the Lion's Gojo. Really love these. As soon as I'm done with like filming and everything and I've taken photos, immediately the first thing I do is drink the coffee. Cream tea milk chocolate. Luxury handmade chocolate sourced from sustainably grown cocoa, or cocoa. I never really know how to pronounce that. Smooth and creamy milk chocolate topped with shortcake biscuit pieces and strawberry flavored jelly pieces. Wow, that sounds really interesting. Let's try it. Oh, it's very soft. So it's very creamy. The texture is really soft and like really smooth. It's sweet. It's just very rich, which is nice. I like. I don't really taste the strawberry though, or the jelly pieces. I didn't really taste it in there, but maybe they're hiding within the rest of the bar. So it's very good. So this is really cool. So we have a pin, a really nice pin of their seal for their Accursed Library that we see on the wax and on the wax seal and stuff for the used book. This is very awesome. I have their original pin they did. I think it's on my, which is kind of more of a traditional pin. but this is super awesome. I love the black on the background and the gold. It just has that like magical quality to it. So this is really cool. I love this. So the next thing is the used book, which I always open last because it is my favorite thing to open. But this is where you can see the seal that they do in wax, which is so awesome. And they're sort of doing like a different style of packaging their used books now by sealing down where the twine meets onto the paper itself, which is very nice touch. It has a really nice touch to it. We also get 2 bookmarks, and looks like we have a sticker this time too. Abominable is a subscription box, so they send you a box every month, and it has a new release, a used release, an ebook, a magazine, or a novella. One of those 3. There's 2 options that you can get. You can get a box where it's just the books, and then you can get the full guts box, which is what this is, which is like the pin and the bookmarks and the drinks and everything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and set this to the side and wait on that one. And I see what looks like to be I see a new release on the top here, and it says, "They would rather die than become mothers. The Others" by Sarah Blau. I really dig the artwork, the broken doll head in the ropes. I have a picture of the author here. A serial killer is on the loose in Tel Aviv. Each victim is found tied to a chair with a baby doll glued to their hands, the word mother carved into their foreheads like a mark of Cain. Stowed away between the wax figurines of the Bible Museum where she works, Sheila Heller suspects that she alone knows the connection between the victims. The killings seem to be linked by a pact, their group all made at the university to never have children. What Sheila doesn't know is who is committing these gruesome acts of ritualistic violence, and whether she herself might be the next target. So if you've watched my review videos before, this definitely reminds me of Knock Knock. We have a group of girls who are very young, they're like 8 years old, and they make a pact also to never have babies. So this sounds like it's gonna be pretty exciting. I like the premise, it sounds pretty cool. It's also translated into English, so this might be giving us a look into another culture, so that's gonna be pretty exciting. So we have a black static magazine, but this one looks very different than the others in the sense of look how thick it is. And it actually looks more like a book than a magazine. I love the artwork on the cover. Looks like they decided to really change their layout, and I am here for it. This looks really good. I love this so much more than what they had before. I feel like the layout they had was okay. It just had this really traditional layout that just really wasn't captivating my attention. So I'm really glad that they've decided to change it up. Upland Wildlife, Rhonda Presley Viet. These Birdhouses Are Empty Now by Joe Kaplan. Delivery by Tyler Keeble. Of Wrath by Zandra Renwick. A Phantasmagorical Bestiary of the La Brea Tar Pits by Mike Buckley. Subtemple by Ashley Stokes. Moonboy by Jess Hyslop. The Great West Gate, Alexander Glass. The Undulating by Stephen Bacon. And 32 Tumbling Teeth by Neil Williamson. They also have this page that you see as soon as you open the book, where it's like this like static image. It's cool. This is awesome. I'm really happy that they're kind of stepping up their game a little bit. I know they made this transition to this new style of cover that they were doing, which I so love, and I really am into this format. It's cool, it's cool. Okay, let's get back here and take a look at our bookmarks and this really cute sticker. This sticker is adorable. Do you think the ghost is bringing its own bones or it's someone else's bones? Let's check out this kind of vaporwave looking bookmark that we have here. The Accursed Library, Imana's Facts, has the second largest collection of spores, molds, and fungus in the world. His complexion is attributed to the lack of sunlight from living in the accursed library, and also crystal meth, of course. Has a pet cryptid named Vinny, on whom he performs torturous experiments. Aw, poor Vinny. Once he got into a fight with Stephen King over a bar tab. Organizes his books alphabetically by author, will kill anyone who doesn't. Was briefly Mary Shelley's writing partner, during which he produced a draft of Frankenstein where the creature was a talking dinosaur. Thanks. New Moon is the best Twilight book. Brother Imanas Yusef, born Carthage, Tunisia, October 1st, 1384. Died Gerlachov Peak, Slovakia, September 10th, 1414. Reborn Accursed Library Unknown, September 13th, 14th. He's originally a Christian missionary from Carthage who traveled from his protege to the mountains of Carpathia to investigate rumors that a mysterious building had emerged suddenly in the mountainside. Imanas became the keeper of the accursed library by murdering his companion at the doorstep, an act of extreme cruelty and blasphemy. He renounced his faith and his freedom in exchange for the knowledge held within the walls. I'm really glad that they did this because, you know, I had been wondering for a really long time, you know, who Imanas Yusef was. Like, what's he doing? Like, how did he get part of the library? He's choosing my books, you know, so I definitely want to know about the person who is picking out my books, you know, so I know who to blame and also who to thank. Who do I light the candle for when I get a book that I'm just really excited about? And also when I'm cursing their name about a book, I just want to be able to picture it, you know, like picture their faces. It really makes the cursing and the hexing much more powerful that way. The next bookmark is our microfiction, Spookmark 8 Series 3. It was his voice that caught Kate's attention first, deep and throaty like someone walking on gravel. Carly glimpsed his face through the hood of his bright yellow rain slicker and gasped under her breath. He was hideous. His skin looked damp and pallid, his dark orbs of his eyes spaced too far apart in sunken sockets. The man's mouth reminded her of a blobfish, the impossibly thick and wide lips turned downwards at the corners. He glanced at her, and she averted her gaze, but he didn't seem to mind. He simply took his crate of fish and left. Kate should have gone home, but something urged her to follow him. She trailed him through the fish market and down a side street until they arrived at an old public toilet. The decrepit structure was long abandoned, the gate padlocked, and the entrance overgrown, but the man went inside anyway. Kate ignored the condemned structure signs and entered too, covering her nose from the stench. She watched as the man went to the urinal wall, where a large chunk of the grimy, mold-covered tiles were missing, exposing a ragged, dark hole. He set down his crate of fish and removed his coat. His skin was pale, blotchy, and as smooth as a frog, glistening with oily sweat. Then he dropped onto his stomach and slithered headfirst down the hole into the waiting dark. This is really funny because I am playing this hidden object game right now. It's called Nightmares of the Deep 2, and it's sort of based around Davy Jones, and there's always like fish people in it, so this totally just makes me think of that. Let's do it. So let's take bets now on what we think this book is going to be. The ones that I get most often are Stephen King and James Herbert, or also not an author, but a short story collection. So place your bets. I think I'm going to go with Stephen King. Moments of truth. I won! It's Stephen King. Okay, but this looks like a newer Stephen King novel that I don't think I've heard of. It is called Just After Sunset. Published in 2008. This copy is 2009. Let's see. Just after sunset, as darkness grips the imagination, is the time when you feel the unexpected creep into the everyday, as familiar journeys take a different turn. Ordinary objects assume extraordinary powers. A blind intruder visits a dying man and saves his life with a kiss. A woman receives a phone call from her husband, her late husband. In the emotional state of her baby's sudden death, Emily starts running and running. Her curiosity leads her right into the hands of a murderer, and soon her legs are her only hope for survival. Enter a world of masterful suspense, dark comedy, and thrilling twists, which will keep you riveted from the first page. Enter the world of #1 bestseller, Stephen King. I don't really even know what it's about. I read it, but it doesn't. I'm not sure what it is. But I do like that it says it has dark comedy in it, because I do like Stephen King's humor. I think it's fun. You know, it's really fun. Let me know if you've read this, what you think of it. It's pretty chunky, but the copy on the inside, or the text, is actually pretty big. So that's pretty cool. I do like a big font. Let's go over the spoiler card. The Others by Sarah Blau is the timely and controversial Israeli bestseller about 4 women and their fatal promise not to have children. Black Static magazine deluxe issue. Due to Black Static moving to a more infrequent schedule with bumper issues, the magazine is now more streamlined and chock full of short fiction. Black Static's strength has always been its ability to find compelling, breathtaking horror fiction, so it's great to see such a massive collection of them to feast on all at once. Our microfiction bookmark was called Fishmonger. Cream Tea Luxury Milk Chocolate was by Kurnow Chocolate. And this really cute, adorable sticker is by John Turner. He has an Etsy shop just called John Turner. It's super cute. Okay, yeah, so final thoughts on everything. Liked it, loved it. So I'm really happy with what I got this month, especially with The Others. That just sounds like it's gonna be really interesting. And I also love that they've created this profile for Imanas. It just adds a little bit more specialness to the box, you know? So guys, let me know what you thought of the Abominable box this month. Have you read The Others? Have you read this Stephen King Just After Sunset? Let me know what your thoughts are on those. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I really appreciate it. Please take care of yourselves, watch out for each other, and I will talk to you next time.